Hello everyone, welcome back to Mindverse. I'm your host Euta and I hope you are ready to continue our journey on how to become more organized. For the ones that joined recently, Mindverse is the podcast which will uncover many different topics throughout its seasons. This season, we started with a discovery about the tips and tricks on how to become more organized. In the previous episode, we unraveled what is actually to be organized and what benefit it offers. If you missed it, make sure to check it out. In today's episode, we'll continue in the same direction, but speak about habits and how we create organized habits. Now, grab your favorite beverage, relax in your favorite spot, and join me in this amazing journey. We have heard the old saying, old habits die hard. It's true. Habits are the activities that we choose to do consciously or subconsciously. We choose these habits as they align with all the things that we do on a daily basis. There's too much info out there on how we can build great habits and achieve great success. All of them are applicable. But one thing that we need to keep in mind is that you shouldn't replicate someone. You can follow the similar steps, but everything should be adjusted according to you and how you think things should work out for you. There was an interesting fact that I read these days on habits. According to World Counts, 40% of our actions are not conscious decisions, but they are actually our habits. You can see the power that they have on us. This also showcases that this influence is so big. If we allow a bad habit to make a decision on our behalf, it changes the courses of our lives. The reason why organized people create habits, it's not to show off or to be an example for others. It's about putting their lives in order. Having a planned day ahead prepares you for what will happen and any surprises that you might face. Having everything in one place creates a safe space in your head, which doesn't allow anxiety to kick in. Building habits both at home and at work puts the groundwork, and what is left for you is to manage the unexpected things that might happen. Now, we are jumping into the next part of the episode. How can we create effective habits? I have heard a long time ago that it takes 20 days to change a habit, which actually isn't true according to actual studies. Ask Wonder found out that most people actually takes for them 66 days to change a habit, which again takes us to the original saying, old habits die hard. But it isn't impossible to create them or overpower the old habits with the new ones. Let's check the next steps that can help you in your habit building right. The first step is pretty simple. Identify the habit. This is the very first step for every other thing that you want to accomplish. In our case, we already have established this. We want to become more organized. In other cases, what helps when you want to identify a habit is always make sure to reflect, write down things, and cross off the ones that aren't a priority for now. Reflection helps us understand the why, and when we do, it becomes much easier. Now that we have the first step completed, let's jump to the second. Do one thing at a time or start small. Focus on making one small consistent change at a time. It's better to make gradual progress than constantly changing things without making lasting improvements. You can begin with a small aspect of being organized, like organizing your fridge or creating a mini schedule for a day off. This not only is manageable in the beginning, but when you accomplish it, you see that you can move to more complex areas soon. The third step is, and you guessed it right, move to a more complex area. You already started thinking big now. When you move to the more difficult tasks and start completing them, it will create a sense of accomplishment. As much as we love to complain about how difficult things are, we love tackling challenges or obstacles. And when you set this as a goal or challenge, you will do everything in order to achieve it. In this list, you can add organizing your finances, planning a trip to a new place, or developing any other long-term plans. It's up to you. The fourth step is focus on the benefits. Go back again and see the wins you have gained from being organized. For example, a well-organized fridge will make it easier for you to find what you need instead of trying to figure out where it is. Another example, a perfectly planned monthly budget will create a sense of security and easiness, which automatically will reduce stress. Being organized in your daily activities create a clear sense of direction, reduces anxiety, and builds a more relaxed state of mind. The next step is consistency. As you saw, habits take time to form. That means your willpower will be tested. But that doesn't mean we have to stop when things get tough. Consistency is key when we want to form a good habit. And I know it's easier to cave back to the old habits, but make sure to always see how much you have come forward and keep it going. Each step you take and continue will help and keep you consistent. You have the power to do it. The sixth step is to recognize and reward success. Don't forget to celebrate your wins. You achieved so much along the way. Therefore, you want to reward yourself. And you deserve it. Choose your own reward. It can be a day off from being organized. It can be a great lunch for the victory. It's up to you to decide. In each milestone, feel free to give yourself the credit. The next step is commitment besides consistency. Feeling committed to something creates a sense of accountability for everyone. The feeling isn't just something that appears, right? It's something that we have or not. That's why think about it hard before you start each step. You have to be committed to it in order to want to do it. The eighth step is record it. Keep a record of your progress. Write down your goals, what success will look like, the milestones, and rewards. Take a look at it daily. When something is written down, the chances get higher for you to do it. Keep them somewhere visible for you. That way you will have the overview of how many things have you done and how many things you can still do. And the last one is embrace and enjoy the journey. I think we covered this in the previous episode too. You have to have fun in order for things to be completed. That's why you are doing it. Not to transform yourself into a robot, but into a person who will enjoy this ride and will feel the benefits that it will bring to you. To me personally, checking off a thing in the list is an amazing feeling. I get excited because I know that there's something else to be done, which is equally fun. So, pick your fun activity on being organized and do it. There's one more thing that I might have forgotten to add. Don't forget to use tools. There are so many free tools that have been created for this particular skill. Having a planner or a digital tool will make sure that you are reminded of the things that you have planned to do. You don't need to remember everything. That's why these tools exist, to make your life easier. It's such a common thing that people say, it's tough until you start it. No, that's not true. It can get tough at any moment. But an important thing to keep in mind is that you are capable of accomplishing what you set your mind to. Each of these steps is designed for both good and bad days. Each and every one of us knows how things can get for us. You can have a friend with whom you can do it together if that makes it easier for you. But I strongly urge you to take the first step and keep going. And that wraps up another episode of Mindverse. I hope you enjoyed and gained valuable insights into the world of creating organized habit and that you feel inspired to take action. We will continue our journey further in the next episodes and I will make sure to help you in each step. I am more than happy to hear if you practiced any step and how you feel after doing so. In the next episode, we'll be talking about crafting great to-do lists. I know it might sound a tough thing to do, but just like everything else related with the skill of being organized, there are some well-defined steps for this one too. Stay with Mindverse. Subscribe to the Mindverse podcast on your favorite platform and never miss an episode. Don't forget to share this podcast with your friends, family, and anyone else in the need of a little organizational inspiration. Until then, stay organized and keep striving for your personal best.